Hey planner people, it's finally happening. I am filming my 2022 setup. My husband and my daughters unexpectedly went to a friend's house to ride some ATVs. So I have a house to myself. So I'm gonna film my flip. Very exciting. It's New Year's Eve today. Happy New Year. Talk about 11th hour. But this is my new planner cover. This is a Gillio Firenze medium Compagna in the black matte Croco. And it also has the black matte rings. My biggest challenge moving into this one has been switching from 30 millimeters to 25 millimeter rings. These are 25, so you can see my planner is pretty stuffed. Definitely been a challenge moving back down to 25 millimeters, but I like these rings, so I'm not going to be switching them out. This is where I'm at. What can I say? So yeah, this is my new Gillie. My mother and I, we refer to our Gillios affectionately as Gillies. My mother is an A5 girl. She's a hardcore A5 girl. I don't think I'll ever be able to convince her to switch sizes or anything like that, but we refer to our planners as Gillies. And we've also turned it into a verb. So if we're playing in our planner, we'll call it Gillioing. My mom will call me and say, "What are you doing, babe?" And I'll say, "Oh, I'm Gillioing." Or if we have to write something down in the planner, we'll say, "Put it in the Gillie. Make sure you put it in the Gillie." Did you write it in the Gillie? Oh, yeah. This is my Gillie. I love it. I love it. In the front, I don't have very much going on. Usually I have like tarot cards and pictures and all kinds of stuff right here. But I love this leather so much that I just want to look at the leather. I don't have anything, these cards, but other than that, I don't really have much up here because I just want to look at the leather. But again, it's only been 2 weeks, so I'm sure that the more time I spend in this planner, it'll get filled up with stuff. These cards came with the planner. I bought it on the buy sell trade group. I am technically the second owner, but I think this is a brand new planner. Like I think the person who sold it to me bought it, ordered it, and then just immediately turned around and sold it. So even though I'm the second owner, it's still pretty new. It's in perfect condition. But she also sent me a lot of goodies, like these cards and some dividers, and I just thought it was very, very sweet and thoughtful, and I'm probably going to use everything that she sent me. Anyway, in here there's nothing. In the zipper pocket I've got like vaccination cards, I have some cash, some stamps. In here I've got receipts, and yeah, nothing here. My planner tail and all of my little paper clips are from Kubo and Lucy. This is from Kubo and Lucy. These are the same ones that I had in my other planner. I just moved them over. And then my little ollie clip, of course. So inside, I have this that my daughter drew me. It's a little Pikachu. We got a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, and so we've been playing Pokemon. And it just reminds me so much of my childhood. I remember being like 8 or 9 and climbing up into the tree with my Game Boy and just spending all day playing Pokemon. And it's just so funny how these things like come full circle. Now I'm playing Nintendo Switch with my kids and playing Pokemon. It's just, yeah, it's mind-boggling. Here I have Jack and Rose on a vellum. Titanic has been my favorite movie pretty much my entire life. When I was 7 years old, my mom took me to the theater to see it in the movies. Make of that what you will. I was 7, but I fell in love. It's been my favorite movie pretty much ever since. I've seen a lot of great movies, but Titanic is still #1, probably always will be. So Jack and Rose layered over some Hobby Lobby paper. And then I've got, if you've seen my other flips, you've probably seen this photo. It's my favorite photo of my family, my husband and my daughters. And then I have some dashboards up here. Probably don't need all of these, but I like my photos. They're there. Chomper, love of my life. Some note paper clipped here. This is one of the dividers that came with the planner. It's just a little checklist. And that kind of goes for like this entire section. This is just all stuff that I need to do. like I need to take action on, if that makes sense. Because in the back here, I have like notes, and that kind of stuff is more for reference, whereas this is the kind of stuff that I actually need to take action on. And that's how I grouped everything together finally. One of the reasons it took me forever to film this planner flip, like actually film it, is because I kept moving my inserts all around. I was driving myself crazy because I would have an insert that could go in multiple categories. So I would say, okay, like, does this go in my home? Does this go in my personal section? Should this go in my projects? And I was just going crazy. So I moved my inserts. I think I finally got everything in a way that makes sense. But that's the reason I have 5 million of these tabs right now, because I really do need to use these to kind of orient myself. But after a month or two, like I'm in this planner all day, every single day. So after a month or two, I will know where absolutely everything in this planner is, and I won't need these. I'll probably be able to get rid of a vast majority of these tabs. But for now, they're there just to kind of help me out. So I have my little checklist here. Queen of Rings is paper clipped here. The Queen of Rings is the Queen of Pentacles. This is the Marigold Tarot by Amrit Brar. And I have her here sort of as an inspiration because the Queen of Pentacles, she's a lot of different things, but one of the ways that I view her is kind of like as a homemaker, right? Because she's tied to earth, tied to practicality. So she takes care of her body, she takes care of her family, her home, she makes really good food, you know, just all the practical earthy kind of things that you would associate with her are the things that I'm trying to like take inspiration for, if that makes sense. So I have her here just kind of like for inspiration, I guess. Then I have Bunny Plans insert. No, Bunny Plans vellum. Sorry. Photo of me, my baby girls, and my mommy, the one with the Gillio. And then I have this acetate here that I'm just using to clip random sticky notes to. This is my shopping tab. So here, what is that? Sorry, something distracted me. This is my shopping list. Here I just have a running shopping list. If I run out of something, I need to pick something up, it goes here. And then when I buy it, I cross it off. Before, I was kind of writing a list of everything and then like categorizing it by like the stores that I was going to, the ones that I frequented most often. And I just got tired of doing that because a lot of times I would need something that just like wasn't even on the list of stores. And I just, yeah, simplified it. So it's just a running shopping list. And so I have several papers there to, you know, fill that out. Then I have my inbox, which is just on Tomoe River paper. So when I'm done, I can just tear it out. But again, just a running list of random stuff. Once I get it done, I will highlight it. And I'm trying to utilize like every square inch of this paper. So I like started here and then I started again here and just went down this way. And I have, again, just several papers for that. Then I have this, which is a list of things that we want to do to the house. Winter is here, so we typically slow down on the home projects just because it's cold. Like we just hunker down and it's cold. But, you know, that'll pick up in the spring. And here I have some AM and PM routines for the days that my kids have school. And then I have task management. These are Peanuts Planner Co. I could probably take this out here pretty soon because I've pretty much done almost everything on this list. But I have, you know, just break it down by room, different things. I've done a lot of this stuff. I could probably, yeah, make a new one. Then I have vellum here. This is just a recipe, you know, beef and broccoli, something I would make like on a random weekday. And then I have the beef welly recipe. I made this for Christmas. And just, yeah, notes for the house and things that I want to do. So this meals tab here is just a list of, my vellum is split. That's why it's sliding out. The rings are really, really stuffed. Okay, so family meal ideas. So I just reference this when I'm meal planning. Again, they're split. This bagels with dill cream cheese is smoked salmon, capers, lemon, and sliced cucumber. I have been obsessed with this. I've had this for breakfast like every single day for the last like 2 weeks. No joke, like every single day. So yeah, there's just a list of foods here. Then I have this SM Plans grocery list for reference. And on the sticky tab, I just have little reminders for myself when I'm meal planning to check the plans for the week. Because what I was doing before was just kind of, I would say, okay, I need 7 dinners for the next week, just 7 dinners. And I would make out a list of just like 7 different recipes. But when I check our plans for the week, sometimes I can accommodate certain things. For example, if we had plans to have dinner with friends one night, I probably won't need to make dinner that night because we'll be going out. Or if my daughter has like her rock climbing gym club, I would have to make a note like, okay, we eat something really, really light before we go to the gym so that we don't eat and then go to the gym feeling just like really full and gross. Or I'll make a note like, okay, we have gym this night. When we get back, just something quick, fast, easy, so that we can eat quickly when we get back. That type of stuff. So I wasn't taking my plans into account when I was meal planning. So this is just a note to do that. And then choose dishes accordingly, and then make my list, and then do the coupons in the app. Because a lot of times I'll be like in the line at the store in the app trying to like download the coupons when I could just do that at home before I even go. So yeah, just grocery list stuff. I have Wendy Torrance here, just randomly. Wendy Torrance. I do love Stephen King. I love the movie The Shining, but I also love the novel The Shining for different reasons, but got Wendy Torrance there. Then I have my cleaning tab. This is a reference, just an ideal cleaning routine for reference. Here I was watching Annie from A Wife and Mother, her planning channel, and this is kind of like a loose quote, but she said something along the lines of like, don't expect that once you clean, things will stay clean. Cleaning is just keeping things from getting worse. And I have never resonated with anything so much in my life. Like, it's so true, especially like here in Colorado. Like, I have kids, I have pets, it's snowing all the time, so just tracking stuff in and out of the house all the time. Like, yes, cleaning is just keeping things from getting worse, for sure. And then I was watching Carrie from I Heart to Plan, and she mentioned this cleaning challenge, so I kind of just wrote a note here because I want to look that up. But this is just for reference. I want to take this and put it into my weeklies, like later when I plan. And then this insert, this is Peanut's Planner Coat, but I forgot what this one is. But this is where I want to actually like keep track how often I'm doing things, and that will start in January, so tomorrow. And I just have 2 of those. Then I have another evening and morning routine. I unfortunately wrote this next section onto Moe River paper, which when I was in my 30mm rings, it was never an issue. Like, it held up really, really well. But with these 25mm rings, I don't think they're gonna hold up as well. You can just kind of see. So I think I'm gonna have to rewrite this entire section just like on 28-pound paper, so it can last a little bit longer. But what I did here was I wrote out every room in my house and absolutely every single thing that I can even imagine that needs to be cleaned in that room, just for reference. Because a lot of times I will clean a room and think, okay, I'm done, I'm totally done, everything's done, and realize that I forgot to like dust the light switches or whatever. And I kind of have a theory. I think it's because I'm a shorty. Like, I'm really, really short, and like I see things like eye level and like down on the ground, but I just don't look up. Like, I don't look up, and I miss dusting the light switches or whatever. Not the switches, the covers that go over the light bulbs, the light fixtures. So yeah, so I created these, so every time I do something I can just kind of reference it. And I'm adding to this all the time. So I'll just be sitting in the living room and I'll think of something else and I'll just add it to the list. So this is still a work in progress, but it's coming along. And then I just have some random inserts, like a project planner, ideas. These are from Crossbow Printables. Just in case I should need an insert like this, it's here. Then I have my wellness section, Chomper. Here I have some more Stephen King stuff. This is the poem from It. Your hair is winter fire. Like, I'm a sucker, guys. I had to have that in here. I have my 5-year vision. Yeah, so this is the blank version, but I have it filled out on the other side. The 5-year vision. Then I have my goals, which I will fill in. Habits. Let's see if I can go to a blank one. Habit tracker. I've actually been really, really good about creating new habits and sticking to them. Really, really proud of myself. I've actually implemented a lot of change, but then I have mood tracker. So these are Peanuts Planner Co. And then I also have a water tracker. These are from Analyta Designs. I just realized in the last week or two that I haven't been drinking enough water. So by printing these inserts and having them in my planner, I hope to motivate myself to drink more water. And I think it's been working so far because I really do. I love my planner, and I'm in this thing all day long, and writing on the inserts in here really does motivate me. So I have that here. And then I also have a self-care checklist, self-care routines, also Analyta Designs. And I think I printed out a lot of these because I think it's really going to be useful for me because, you know, as a wife and mother, I really do give a lot of myself. But also, like, if I have anxiety and that kind of stuff, my self-care tends to slip. So I printed out a lot of these inserts because I really feel like they're going to be useful for me. Then I just have some SM Plans note paper just in case I need to note anything down. And then I also have anxiety tracker from Analyta Designs and anxiety log. So I can just note if I'm having anxiety, what caused it. Maybe I can spot some patterns, that type of thing. Also have a period tracker. This drives me crazy. Whenever I have my nails painted red, it'll like mark the page. No other color does that, but for some reason red will do that. And then you can see a lot of my pages are like marked with red. Super annoying. But yeah, so period tracker, medication tracker, and I think I have a symptoms tracker. So this is just like if I'm not feeling well, if I catch a cold or something, I can just kind of keep track of my symptoms. And then I have a sleep tracker and then just note pages. So if I want to jot anything down longhand, that paper is there for me. Then I have Bunny Plans Vellum. This little heart tab just tells me this is my family section. So my daughters and my husband, and this is just their wellness section. So I have a lot of the same inserts that I have in mine, but just for my family. And then I have my notes and lists section, which is just notes and lists. So this is one of the little pieces that came with the planner. And here is just like some scrap paper where I was kind of trying to plan out what my system was going to be because I kept like moving things around and I couldn't decide. But I'll probably toss these out when I'm done. But for now, they're just clipped in there so they don't fall out. And then I just have notes in here. So I got my reading log. Let's see what some of this stuff is. It's my tarot wish list. Like literally just random notes. Like I have doctors, the Peanuts Planner Co. like doctor visits. I've had that one since 2020. And we just, you know, thankfully we don't go to the doctor too often. So those inserts have really lasted a long time. Yeah, I just have more note paper in there. It's that red. Urgh. This is my work section. So I have notes, so like just note paper. And then I have this Crossbow Printables master list for work. So I have a few of those. And then project timelines, work hours log, and then just projects. So I do need to keep track of various different projects. They all have like different due dates and whatnot. So I just have several of those ready to go for next year. And that's that. So this is my work section. But if I find, like, I'm going to try to make this work because I am a one planner girl. I like to have one planner. So if I can make this work section work then I'll just stick to this. But if I find that it's not enough room, I really need more room, I might consider setting up my Compagna as a work planner, or I might pick up an A5 Filofax Malden. But we shall see. I'm gonna try to make work. I'm a one planner girl. I do have this, which is my, this is a Moterm B6 and it has a Stalogy inside. But this is just a notebook. Like, this is not part of my planning system. It's just a notebook. And I did mark some places where I can kind of like give you examples of what I do. So I did journal here and I did print some pictures, but it's not strictly a journal. So here, these were notes for a Faulkner novel that I was reading. This was my family and I, we were sitting at a restaurant. We just want to play hangman. Here, I had just picked up a new tarot deck. And so I pulled out some of the cards, like this is Temperance. And I was just kind of journaling my initial impressions. So that's what this was. It's just, you know, Judgment card, just journaling through some of the things that, I don't know, we're coming through. Because a lot of times switching up imagery will give you, you know, just, you know, different perspective. And then here, you know, my daughter was showing me these like color change markers that she had. And in the back, I've just got, you know, bills, important mail. I have a Christmas card, and it's just a notebook. So it's not part of my planning system, but I do have it. I would ideally like to just be in the one planner. Then the biggest change that I've made is here in my calendar section. So what I've done was, okay, so first is my dailies. I've had this today marker for like going on 2 years, but it's held up. All it is a piece of acetate that I slit and I put adhesive pockets on. And like I have a little sticky note here. This is my tarot card of the day. This is the Bohemian Gothic. This deck is out of print, so I'm like terrified of losing this card because I don't think I'd be able to replace it. Or it'd be really difficult to replace this card. And this was my Oracle card for the day. This is the Amenti Oracle. I was keeping my cards like tucked in here or like under here, but I find that I'm actually, more often than not, I'm like in my today page. So I have them clipped to my today marker, and I actually get to see them more often than when they're clipped in the front. But for my today page, what I'm doing differently is I now have daily to-dos, which is not on a schedule, it's just a list, because the one I was using before had like the daily, like the hourly thing, but I don't really need to stick to a schedule. So I have things that I need to do on a daily basis, but I don't need to, you know, they don't need to be done at a certain time. The only thing I need to do is pick up, you know, drop my kids off at school at 8:30 and pick them up at 3:30. And those are the only time things. So I just keep track of the things that I need to do. They need to be done by the end of the day. But other than that, they don't need times. This is unfinished tasks, but what I've been using this is for is just like daily tasks. So like the medications that I need to do, or like the chores, the things that I have to do like every single day, that just goes here. So I don't know, I'll probably cover that with a sticker or something and just write daily things. But on the opposite side, I have this insert from Peanuts Planner Co., which is like a journal. So I can like keep track of the things that I need to do, but over here I can also be in touch with like my mental, emotional, spiritual, you know, self. And it's not just about what I need to do, but I'm also like taking care of myself here. So I'll write like the date. I might write my tarot card here, the top 3 things that I enjoyed about my day. The affirmation and my intentions, I try to do first thing in the morning, but everything else I would do like at the end of the day before I go to bed. So I will like journal here a little bit, reflect, like this didn't work, you know, what can I do about it? My gratitude, and then just like a small wins type thing here. And so my daily pages are all like that. They just alternate. So I have to-dos and then just like touching base with myself. And my inspiration for this was really from this. This was my 2019 planner. And this is the Danielle Laporte Desire Matte Planner. And I marked a spot where I can show you. This is December of 2019, so there's not a whole lot written in here because by this point I was already starting to move into A5 rings. So I feel like I can show you, but it was like the monthly and then it went into the weeklies. So you had like a spot for to-dos and then like dates, but she would also include things like what I will do to feel the way I want to feel, or, you know, a devotion, body and wellness. And then at the end of every single week, you had a reflection. So you can like reflect on the past week, envision the next week. You had gratitude, you know, this is working, this is not working, or whatever. Relationships, like soul, spiritual stuff. And then you would go into your next week. And you just have, you know, it was like that. So I really liked this layout. I liked having month, then weeks, but also incorporating like spiritual, mental, and emotional health along with the things that you have to do, like practical things that you have to do. So this planner was my inspiration for the way I set up this daily page, but also I'll show you in a moment my monthly section. So this is my daily to-dos. I will mark that with my daily page, my daily tab. And I just have printed out a ton of these. So they're just printed, punched, ready to go. So next month I can swap them out and put new ones in. So that's my entire daily section. Then, yes, I just have a ton of those in here. Oh, I need to put some more in. These are just dailies. Yeah, so it goes up to here. But okay, so this is another today marker, and here's where I have marked my weeks, but my calendar section. So this ends my dailies. This is my dailies, and then here we go into like my monthlies and my yearly calendar. So I have important dates. So this is like birthdays and annual recurring dates. This is SM plans, and then the 2022 calendar. And then I have this crossbow printables yearly planner. I'm not sure yet what I want to do with this. I'll figure it out. So that's there. And then I have this December like monthly review. So I'm going to fill this out today since it's the last day of December. But I don't know if I clicked like A5 size on accident or what I did, but I just could not get this to print in personal size. And then I realized actually I think it's a happy accident because I can fold it up and make it fit in personal size, and it actually just gives me that much more room to write. So I have for this December reflection, it's like a summary, health and fitness, work, favorite moments, and yeah, I could just fill all that out. And then on the back I actually have January. So because it's double-sided, sometimes it'll be at the end of the month and other times it'll be at the beginning of the month. So like this is in the beginning of January and I'll just come back to it. Important dates for 2022, I just hand wrote them. But I have SM Plans January 2022 calendar. And then I have SM Plans monthly plan with the like blank page here. I did not print them double-sided. So then I have room for notes and things here. So for this monthly plan, I was going to do just like general stuff, and then on this backside personal, but I actually think I'm going to do personal, and then this is going to be work. So I might just cover that with washi or whatever, and then I have a notes page. And that's how my monthlies are set out. So I have notes and then the weeklies. So it's going to be monthlies and then the weeklies in between. And these are the SM Plans weekly. Week on one page. And that's how I set it out. I think that drives some people crazy to have the weeklies in between the months, but I really do like that. I was using the Hobonichi weeks, and I had like cut it up and punched it and put it in. So I had all my monthlies and all my weeklies, and that worked really, really well for me. I think I would have kept up with that for this year if I didn't decide that I wanted to have my weeklies in between my monthlies. So here's February, and then the monthly plan, and then the notes pages. And this is how I plan on using the notes pages. So for February, we have Valentine's Day coming up. So I have a spot here to plan Valentine's Day, like with my husband, you know, you get a sitter, you know, restaurants, just whatever. And then it's also my daughter's birthday in February, so then I can plan birthday stuff for her here. So each month is set up that way, and then I have the weeklies and then the reflection. So again, it's gonna be double-sided. So February on this side, March on this side. And it's tight back here. Rings are so tight. And just, yeah, all of my months are set up that way. So March, monthly plan, notes page, weeklies. And I have the entire year in here. So yeah, all the way through here. This is all my monthlies, all my weeklies, all my notes pages. And then in the back, this final section, I usually almost always have back here. These are my contacts, my passwords, addresses, stuff like that. And then at the very back, I do have my cards. I do use this planner as my wallet. I'll be at the store, I need to pay, I will pull my entire Gillie out. I will. So yeah, that's my setup. Set up for 2022. I'm really, really happy with it. I did have to mess around with it quite a bit. In the back pocket, I have just some stickers, my kids' school schedule, and just like the list of like symptoms of, you know, I know when to keep my kids home and when not to keep my kids home, but I have that there for reference just in case. But yeah, this is my Gillie, guys, for 2022. I'm really, really happy. I love my new cover. I'm loving the black croc. I'm not sure what else I can say. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. Thanks for checking out my video, guys. Happy New Year.